Yo, I'm making this video right now if you want to be able to speak smoothly, specifically starting conversations smoothly, as that is normally the hardest part about speaking is the beginning of the conversation, is the introduction, is the hello, is the just starting, putting your foot in there. Usually that causes the most amount of stuttering, the most amount of panic, and the most amount of the fakest version of you to come out. Is at the very beginning. It doesn't feel like you're authentic. It feels like you're pretending to be someone else, and your speech is not smooth, and it's painful to think. Your thoughts are all shit, are not serving you. So we're gonna specifically look at starting the conversation and why you can't start it smoothly now, and how to actually start it smoothly. All in all, having a smooth conversation, being a person who stutters. Okay. This video is for you specifically, if you feel like the beginning of the conversations you stifle up. If you feel like at the beginning of the conversations you have a front and you're not being completely authentic. You're not saying and doing and expressing yourself how you truly want to express yourself. This video is for you. Okay, and if you don't know who I am, quickly, my name is Chase Gillis, and I help people overcome stuttering the authentic way. There's no speech techniques, there's no ear devices, there's no tricks, there's no gimmicks. It's about looking at the emotional level, the fears and anxieties and doubts and anticipations, and realizing why they're there. Naturally, when we were born, they were not there. They were learned. What taught us that? And how can we unlearn that so we don't view this interaction, this social situation, as a reason to feel anxious or as a reason to tighten up and stutter more? Unlearning a lot of the shit we learned so we can enter conversations authentically. That's what it's all about, okay? So first, I'm just gonna tell you a story I just thought of in my head right now. It's gonna be about 28 seconds long, okay? There was one time I was walking and I saw a group of people. Okay, I'm making this story up. Let me actually think of a real one. I was in university and we're all sitting in our chairs listening to the teacher. The teacher asked me a question and the answer was KD, craft dinner. I forget what the question was, but I remember craft dinner was the answer. Now, I was playing this answer over and over and over in my head. I was like, it's craft dinner, but I'm gonna stutter on craft dinner, so I'm gonna say KD, but they won't understand what KD means. I'm gonna say KD anyway. No, I'm gonna say craft dinner. And it was playing and playing and playing and playing in my head, and it ended up being the wrong answer anyway. But when it came time to say it, I said craft dinner, but it came out like craft dinner. And I was sweaty and I was hot. My face went red and I stuttered. And it was fucking painful at that time. But if I was in a room by myself and I had to say craft dinner, craft dinner, craft dinner, I'd say it 1,000 times. I wouldn't stutter one time in a room by myself. The reason why I wanted to share this story is because we can already speak fluently. If you're in a room by yourself, you are completely fucking fine. You have proven to yourself you can speak fluently. You can. You don't need anything. You already can. There's nothing you need to fucking learn. There's nothing you need to learn. When you talk to a dog, you're not stuttering. If you're just in a room alone by the dog and you know no one else will hear you, you're like, oh, you're a cute boy, you're a cute boy. Like, there's no filter. Same when you're in a room by yourself, speaking to yourself. There's no filter. There's no overvaluation. So this is what, let me get to that in a second. You must understand you don't need to learn anything. You don't need to be anyone else than who you already are. The reason why you're getting caught and you're not starting conversations smoothly is because you're not being who you truly are. When you're in a room by yourself, you're fucking truly you. You're not filtering, you're not anticipating, you're true fucking you. And that is when you don't stutter. That is when you're the most fluent, the most natural, the most effortless version of yourself, is when you are the most authentic. You must understand that to start. Always understand that to start. You only stutter when you are inauthentic, when you're trying to prove something, when you're trying to please someone, when you're trying to perfect yourself, and when you're trying to pretend like you're someone that you're not. Those 4 P's, proving, pleasing, pretending, and perfecting, are the 4 P's to stuttering. And I'm not saying stuttering's bad. It's not. It's human to want to prove ourselves. It's human to want to please, prove, and pretend. But it's just a signal. It's just a signal of when we're not being completely authentic, when we are not feeling completely safe to express ourselves authentically. And you must understand too that the difference between you in a room by yourself, or you talking to your dog, and talking to a human being, or talking to a group of human beings, is the judgment. A dog cannot judge you. A dog cannot say you are less than or you are better than because you stuttered. It cannot. But you can perceive that in other people. You can perceive your value in the other person's eyes. You can't do that with a dog. When you're by yourself, there's no outward reflection. There's no external thing saying you're this or you're that. It's all internal. And that's where the power is, when you move internal with everything. But the reason why we are not fluent, again, realize we're not learning to be fluent. We're realizing why we are stuttering, because naturally we already are fluent. Naturally we can already express ourselves however the fuck we want. Naturally. Why are we not there yet? Why are we not there yet? And it's because the main reason is because the amount of fucking value you place in other people's judgments of you. That's it, all right? The less attachment you add to other people's judgments of you, the less their judgments are going to dictate your self-worth. And when their judgments do not dictate your self-worth, what is there to hide from? What is there to avoid? Are you going to try to prove and please to them? No, you will feel much happier being authentic, saying the things you want to say, even if you get a weird look, even if you get judged. You won't care, because their judgments will have no reflection of who you are as a person. And that's a spot you want to get to. Once you no longer value their judgments absurdly high, you will be able to start interactions naturally, effortlessly, with flow. All right, so that's the main thing you need to focus on. Not learning anything new, but unlearning why the fuck you added so much value to their opinions of you. The best way to do this I've ever seen is the way that I teach my clients. A systematic desensitization process. Now, for me to overcome my stutter, I went through a series of steps. Progressively getting harder and harder, leaving my comfort zone, taking action every single day, proving to my brain judgments from other people don't kill me. And I could talk about that all day, but I wouldn't prove it to myself. I needed to take the action just like you. And the way I work with my clients is I don't bring them through the exact same steps I went through, because I've learned a lot and it took me a long time to really get to the spot where I am today. Long time, just a few years, not long compared to some people, but there's still a faster way. And I've trialed and errored, and now there's just steps you need to take, actions you need to take, things you need to prove to your brain and get judged and get anxious and get embarrassed and come out feeling alive and come out feeling like I fucking won. I needed to feel that feeling. And now I can say to myself, their judgments mean fucking nothing. I still have air in my lungs. I still have all my limbs. Nothing changed. Going through a systematic approach where you're progressively getting desensitized to more and more and more judgment is such a big part of this, such a big part of my coaching, such a big part of the journey. Now, of course, there's different ways to reframe your past experiences and different mindsets to have going into this, and of course that's all taught. But I just wanted to make this video to tell you, to enlighten you. You are already where you need to be. You all speak by yourself right now. If you're in a room by yourself, you are fucking free. Why are you not free with other people? Why are you not free? Ask yourself that question. The judgment you give other people, that's why. The value you give judgments of other people, that's why. And also the judgment you give yourself around other people, that's also why. Okay? You must realize you're not going to learn anything. Don't fucking learn anything, all right? Unlearn. Unlearn. I hope this was enlightening. If you right now think this makes a lot of sense and you're like, Chase, I don't want to learn a speech technique. Chase, I don't want to fucking go through this speakeasy fucking ear device, put it in my ear, and it makes me hear every sound that ever gets made in this fucking area of my head. I hear it a split second behind me. If you know what I'm saying, that's so stupid. That's not enjoyable to live or talk or do anything in life. You can already speak naturally. You can already be that version of yourself. Understand why it's not there yet. You must understand why it's not there yet and start addressing the fears and anxieties. And if you want to do that with me in a systematic approach, while I hold your hand through every single fucking step, week by week by week, I am holding your hand through this whole process, and we do not stop until you complete your goals. Until what you tell me on your calls of what your goals are, we do not stop until you reach them. No extra charge at all. There's one fee, which we can talk about based upon your situation and your goals and all of that shit. There's one fee that I can give you of what it will take to reach these goals. From that point forward, we do not stop until we reach your goals. That's the way I work. I get paid per transformation, not per hour, not per anything, per transformation. It's a guaranteed thing. And that's why I fucking love doing this, because I've been in your shoes and I felt that pain. And I fucking wish 5 years ago I saw this guy on YouTube telling me what I just told you about what I need to do. I have this program and we do not stop until we reach your goals. Oh my God. I'd be fucking in love with this guy. That sounds a little fucking self-centered, conceited. But you know what? Sometimes it's not that bad to be conceited. Anyway, my name is Chase Gillis. You can, if you want to work with me or have the opportunity to, based upon your situation, we'll talk about it and see if it would be a good fit. You can click on the closest link down below in the description. You can book your free one-on-one call with me where we'll talk, see your situation, and see if this would be a good fit and see if we should work together. Okay? Closest link down below. book your free consultation call. All right? I love you. I'll see you soon. Peace.